yeah, they ask me different questions about taking pictures. And how do you see that? And how do you say, oh, well, apparently many of them will say, I guess we don't have an eye like you have. Because I see things different than they see. Like to draw out of the window where we lived in the country. I was always drawing the sleeping giant. Well, the house that we were, I was sitting upstairs and it was directly to the sleeping giant. And every night I was practically drawing the sleeping giant and the scenery in that area. And so my mother decided that she had some coupons because I was always drawing and she always wasting paper. She said, "You're wasting paper." I said, so I always was looking out the window trying to draw these pictures. So she decided to save these coupons and she sent them away, ordered a camera for me, a black box camera. Oh yeah, I thought that was my best present I ever received. I just had to get out quick, get a film. My dad didn't know nothing about the cameras, or he knows that when I'm taking a picture, but he had no clue of how it's done or anything, that you have to buy film or anything. See, my dad was an orphan when he came across from the old country, and he didn't have no knowledge of anything like that. So years later, when we had a little more money, he figured I'm wasting paper and, you know, and buying film and all that. No, don't waste the money like that, because they didn't see. Only you need one picture, that's all. He wondered always what I'm taking pictures of. He wasn't that knowledgeable about, you know, looking and see the difference in different pictures as they progress.
In her large family, she had to help a lot, and they were a farming family, so they didn't like her spending a lot of time on something that was so time-consuming when there was lots of work to do. So she was supported. They liked her work, but I don't think they would have pursued nurturing a career in photography, because in that day and age there was a family to be cared for, and they wanted her to grow up and marry and have her own family. And typically women didn't work, so if they had a family, they were very busy. So it was very supported, but not really as far as a career goes.
He never ever had a clue that you could get a job doing pictures or something like that. At one time I felt like I lived in Dorian, and I felt like I would have liked to do things in Dorian and send them to the newspaper. Well, I don't know, I'd like to do it if somebody was right there and heard me, I would do, but then I was too shy to go and ask them for.
I don't really think any of them ever thought that it would be something that she could make money at and do as a living. I think they thought it was more a hobby. But as my mom got older and kept taking pictures, I think at, probably in her 30s and 40s, she started realizing that she could take pictures, and as she said before, in her 50s and 60s, she would have liked to have worked for a newspaper or taken photography for something like that. I think in her generation it wasn't common to have a career. It was if you had a family, you were at home. So maybe it was just not nurtured. Well, I think we grew up all having our pictures taken, watching her take photography of many of our family members, but also looking at what she was taking and trying to see different things like she does that maybe to an eye might not see in the picture. So my mother was always promoting the children to try her camera and show them and explain how to take a picture and what to look for, and I think that definitely rubbed off.
But a lot of my children, quite a few of them, have learned how to take pictures in the last little while. For a long time they always say, "Oh yeah, there's Grandma without the camera again." Now they're all taking pictures with their cameras.
From my mom's 4 children, she has almost an immediate family of about 50 people now, grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and many of them have cameras and have been passed cameras and have their own cameras also and have taken pictures quite a lot. We take a lot of pictures in our family, and we have a couple that have gotten more serious about photography. I have a 35-year-old daughter who has started a business in photography because she loves it and spends many hours taking pictures. Well, my mom is very supportive of my daughter and what, always tells her what great work she's doing, and gives her ideas as well of things to do and to take and how to do them. And so it's passed through the generations for sure. I
showed them different times, especially one great-granddaughter I have. I said to her, "Here, you take the camera and take a picture and I'll be in it." And then I'd show her, I said, "See, look in there." And put the people, all of us, as if we're in a frame. As if we're all in a frame, a picture that already done.
The pictures that I like the most are the ones she takes of nature and stuff like that. And I've seen the ones of the lake, and those are really cool to me. I like those ones the best. I don't know, after I've seen pictures, I just get interested in how they're taken, and then I feel like I could be able to do that, so I want to do that as well. Whenever we're anywhere, she's always wanting to take pictures. Just recently we were at the Easter bunny breakfast, and she's like, "Allie, hold my camera. Allie, take a picture of me. Allie, be in this picture with me." And I'm like, okay.
I always tell her, "Look at this, and look, see what you see." "Oh, I don't see nothing." I said, "Pretend it's in a frame, and you would hang it on your wall." So then I said, "Just keep moving the camera."
Having that is something you can share is like makes us have a stronger relationship, and yeah, it's cool.
We share pictures for sure, and we talk about pictures, and we view film and photography together, and our whole family does. Her grandchildren are always showing her pictures, or she's getting pictures made for them, as well as now her great-grandchildren. And the only thing I feel bad about is that she doesn't drive any longer. She gave up her license at 89 years old, but she used to hop in her car and go and take pictures of the sunset or something that she heard of, and an event. And now with the busyness of life, she doesn't get to do that as much because she's not as independent. But she certainly, when we're out, she'll stop and she'll say, "Stop, take a picture. We have to get a picture of that," so we do.
I like to take pictures of family and scenery. Scenery is my big thing, especially getting out in the country or by a lake or paths in the bush and weeds. Well, when I had my car, if I heard of something, I was there to take pictures. But since I have no car, I don't get out to do what I'd like to do. But see, all there's for my pictures in that cupboard. See there? In there? That pantry shelf is all full of my pictures, and I have a storage shed that's full of pictures. I would appreciate somebody that could come and if we could get a big table and get all these pictures sorted. This is not all what I have here, and in the trunk I got in my storage really old pictures that would be really something now.
I guess just any time we visited, she would show us pictures that she had taken, and different ones of family and pictures of scenery that she had done. We had been down to the marina taking pictures, and went over to the art gallery, and there was a sign advertising an artisan sale. So we spoke to the lady there and arranged to have a table, and did it there. And then with the one here for the shelter house, her other daughter was here from BC, and they had sort of got going on having another sale, so I pitched in, and we did okay.
Well, I think that part of the first sale was part of an artisan showing of art and photography, crafts, that sort of thing at the Thunder Bay Marina. And she enjoyed it and sold some of her work, and she did very well. But I think she also enjoys viewing everyone else's work as well. And the second sale that she did for the shelter house was, she did very well promoting that with my sister and my cousin, and they all enjoyed helping her and doing that, and she made some money for charity, which was great.
At 9 o'clock, there were 3 doctors here already wanting to buy pictures. Well, I had so much pictures, and I have to get rid of a lot of my stuff because it's so small in here now. So I decided I should help the shelter house. And I made $333.
They admired her pictures very much, and I think a lot of them wanted the history of various things, like, you know, when was this taken? This is a long time ago, or that they admired a picture because of the coloring or the, just the composition of the picture. There was a man here who lived in the East End where she grew up, who left his name. He wanted pictures, any pictures she had from back then. There was a fellow that does a column in the newspaper who wanted a history of many of her pictures. She had a picture of Kakabeka Falls from 1935 that he was very interested in. And I think as much talking as admiring pictures is sort of getting the histories. I think they were surprised, and that she was still doing it at her age.
Yeah, they always said to me for a long time, my friends and kids, I had an eagle eye. I seen things different than most people could see. No, I haven't thought of stopping it yet. I still have that right here. I took this morning pictures of that tree, snow on that tree.
She's very talented. Yeah, but she's still got the keen eye.